Okay guys, so welcome back to another Pokémon Heaven and Hell presentation. This time talking about the introduction or reintroduction of Rock type. So this will go over all the different changes and a few fossil Pokémon that are getting added now that they have the Rock type again. So, new type changes. Now that Rock type is coming back to the game, some things have been changed to accommodate that change. So here are all the things that will happen now that Rock type is back. Rock type Pokemon. All Pokemon that got changed to Ground type are now Rock type again. And all the Rock moves have been changed as well. So yeah, if you were ever crying yourself to sleep every night because Onyx got the Rock type removed, well, now you don't have to do that. But despite these changes, Stone Slinger remains a Ground type move because it's the signature move of a Ground type evolution line. Should have put a full stop there. Because actually, Big Shoot and Crocodile could not be changed to Rock because, they're Bigfoot Pokemon who like to stomp about and throw. Well, actually, Stone Slinger's not really a rock. It's more like a rock clumped together using rocks and dirt. So it should be a ground type move because anything that remotely contains dirt is usually ground type. Crystal Pokemon. From now on, any Pokemon added to the game that is based around crystals or gems will be rock type. This doesn't mean that the other crystal Pokemon will change. But one thing that will change is that every crystal Pokemon will get the new crystal type as a support type. So yeah, crystal type's a thing. And this actually makes some Pokemon pretty broken. Like, for example, think about Quintestal. It has 6 types, 7 in its Kaiju form. Although thankfully, we're basically giving it Wishy-Washy's base stat total. Well, probably something above that because Wishy-Washy's just a singular form of a bigger Pokemon, but still, yeah. This new type gives extra defense, as well as a power boost on ground, rock, and fairy moves, because those are the types that are predominantly made up, or because those are the types that crystal types are predominantly made up of. Now, Rock Gym. In the Rock Gym, you now battle Silas. So instead of a bunch of random wild Pokemon, you now actually battle a trainer, a world-renowned archaeologist that has found many crystals and fossils in his career. So I'll hit you with crystal Pokemon and a couple fossils. And then the reward is Rock Licker, which boosts rock type moves. And the SP move is called Boulder Launch. It's basically Rock Tomb, but instead of just a rock, it's a big old boulder. Oh, and this also has a heightened critical hit ratio. So isn't that fun? Now, to replace the Rock Gym and the mini gyms, we got the Beast Gym. Battle 3 Pokemon that represent the 3 beasts: the spider, the snake, and the dragon. This is what I consider to be the 3 beasts. So, you'll battle with the new Pokemon Spitrix as the spider, who's a bug steel type spider with some barbed wire on him. Then the snake is Arbok, and the dragon is Dragonite. Because, it literally is dragon in its name. And the reward is 20,000 XP for all your Pokemon. More fossils. The return of Rock type means the return of fossil Pokemon. You can find fossils around the map that revive powerful creatures if you take them to the central shrine. Here's every new fossil we've made so far. So, you guys will like this one. We got 6 That's more than any generation. So let's go. So first we got Blutherio, which is basically a furry Triceratops combined with a lion, and instead of a little mane thing around its head, it's now a flower, which was done because it's the first, well, not the first, one of the very few grass type fossils. Types are rock grass poison, signature move is leech seed. The area that you can find the fossil is the woods. So yeah, these Pokemon don't spawn naturally, so you'll need to find them in different areas. Now its SP move is called Foul Bloom, where if it gets to a low enough point in its health, it will bloom and become less of a dinosaur and more of a weird, noxious flower demon. That's basically buffs its stats significantly, and it gives its poison type moves double the base power, which makes it really good, especially as the main fairy type handler of your team. Then its Paradox is the cyborg main, and Kaiju is Fluvar. Now we've got Spookub, which is the first rock ghost type, and it's essentially a Stegosaurus, but instead of spikes on it, it's gravestones. And this is one of the very few fossil Pokemon where the rock type makes sense. I feel like the only other one is like Tyrant and Tyrantrum. So types are rock ghost, signature move is Shadow Ball. The fossil area is Gengar's Yard for hopefully obvious reasons. Evolution is Stegastone, where it becomes big. Oh, and actually it gains some more Ankylosaur-like features, where instead of a mace on its tail, it's a ghostly flame. It's basically Grievered if it was a dinosaur. Then its Paradox is the Iron Tomb, Kaiju is Himav, and actually is a Mega Evolution, where it basically becomes a Keeper of Souls, like a prehistoric Grim Reaper. Next, we got Pagiso. Now this is a saber-tooth cub, which hasn't grown any tusks yet, but has ice crystals on its back, and also frozen claws. Its types are Rock, Ice, and Crystal. Signature move is Ice Fang. Fossil area is Frostburn Peak. Evolution is Chavuno, where it becomes a fully grown Sabertooth. It has more of a glacier vibe on its back, and its tusks are actually like crystal shards repurposed into daggers. It's basically kind of like how Shen Pao has a sword as its tusks, and this guy has crystals as its tusks. So that's a good creative opportunity. Paradox is Plastic Spines, and Kaiju is Sabis. Now we've got Genjora, which is the most unique fossil Pokemon in this generation because of its design. Types are Rock Fairy. Signature move is Play Rough. Fossil area is Plateau. And before I get to its evolution, Cookiesaur, I need to say some stuff about it. Now, I had a really hard time making a fairy type fossil, but then I thought of something. Yeah, I can make one based on gingerbread. So I made a Velociraptor based on gingerbread, added some icing with some berries on top instead of spikes, and I think it looks pretty cool. It's one of the more cute fossil Pokemon. The only one that I can really think of that even looks remotely cute is like Lilip. I don't know. Anyways, Cookiesaur basically becomes a fully grown Velociraptor and is more ferocious while still bridging the gap between cool and cute. and nailing it. SP move is Bakery Blast, where it creates a gingerbread house around you, then explodes it. And not only does this do a really good chunk of fairy type damage, but it can also sometimes, the impact can also sometimes leave the opponent confused. And confusion is one of the nastiest status effects, so it's good to confuse your opponent. Paradox is Neon Bumps, and Kaiju is Bikora. Now we've got Arpai, a ground sloth. Its types are rock fighting because it's a ground sloth that basically picked up a wooden stick as a club and started fighting with it. Signature move is Low Sweep. Fossil area is also the plateau. Evolution is Nautilus, where it becomes bigger, like a fully grown ground sloth. And it also gains a coat, which is meant to represent Neanderthals, combining two prehistoric creatures into one. Paradox is Girderfoot. Kaiju is Slotoros. And it also has a mega evolution where it essentially becomes a fully fledged Neanderthal. And it also gains the steel type. Actually, it's not really a Neanderthal, it's more like a knight, which was something good because it goes from a club to a sword. And finally, the last one, Plurkid. Now, in its base form, it's pure rock type. Signature move is Stone Fang, which is a new move. It's basically like Crunch, but for rock types. Fossil area is Ruins. Now, this one actually is a split evo. When you level it up to level 25 with low friendship, it becomes Mudapluer, where it becomes a Liopleurodon that lives on land and likes playing in the mud. And if leveled up with high friendship, it becomes Swimapluer, which is a Liopleurodon with coral on it that lives in the ocean. The Paradox is the Golden Jaw, and the Kaiju is Liodos. And that's us done. Yeah, the next presentation will probably be sometime next week, although I can't guarantee it because I'm starting up school again literally next week, so yeah. Anyways, bye.